Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. So glad to have everybody in the house. And this is too bright. I'm killing you guys over there. Look at that. I'm beaming you with this thing. This is my TV. This is my other monitor. Because my monitor went out, but my TV, my old TV works kind of. So we use that. Ingenuity, folks. Ingenuity. Use what you got to get what you want. You got to use what you got to get what you want. What's up, people? Welcome, everybody on Facebook. What up, Facebook? How you doing? Facebook. Tim, what are you doing? I don't know. I'm having fun. Everybody on YouTube land. What's up, YouTube land? Boom. All right. Happy Friday to everybody tuning into the show tonight. I know that you feel relieved. You made it through yet another week and everything's okay. Hopefully your family's healthy. Hopefully you're all in one piece. Hopefully you got somebody that you love and somebody knows that you love them, which is most important, right? Just because you love somebody, it ain't enough. They got to feel it. I said they got to feel it, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That's right. You got to understand what I'm talking about, people. Because we live in a very cold world, frankly. We do. I mean, this is... If you had any doubts we lived in a cold world, all you got to do is take a look at the story of Standing Rock for confirmation. All right? First of all, I want to give a shout out to Jordan Sheridan. Jordan. Very principled guy. I've had the pleasure of having Jordan on my show. And he did that. And I knew when he did it, right? Because it was on the heels of a little controversy. And he didn't care about that. He just cared about coming on the show, representing for Tim Canova. And he kept it real. And later in conversations, when we did have a slight issue about something that really didn't have to do with him, he kept it 100 with me. So I represent, like, it's one thing about me. I got a big mouth. I talk. I say whatever I feel. But what people don't know about me is when you do right by me, I'm always in your corner. Oh, yeah, I'm always in your corner. That's how I roll. So as hard as I go at people who do me wrong and people I feel who are on the wrong side of issues, and when they know better, it's different when you don't know better. But when you know better, the folks who get it right, I applaud them, whether they're on my team or not or whatever. And the people who know how to keep it real with the people, because folks, whether you know it or not, I care a lot about my audience and I care a lot about people in general. I hope you know that by now. So when there's somebody like Jordan Sheridan who holds it down, he deserves his props. So give it up for him one more time. Because he did a hell of a job at Standing Rock. He did a hell of a job reporting Standing Rock. And if I said that to him, he would be like, oh, whatever. It's really about the people who were there and for much longer than he was, the people who put themselves in harm's way, who got arrested, who got tear gas, who got water cannoned, the people who got hit with shot grenades, the people who withstood all of the drama, the day in and day out harassment, the frigid temperatures. He would say that. And that's why that's my guy. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a personal thing. It's the things you stand for which make me hold you up. Because I know how he rolls. Because that's the way leaders roll. And you don't get to choose to be a leader, Jordan. We choose that. Okay? Hey, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. So anyway, Standing Rock is the epitome. It's the poster child for what's wrong with our government and what's wrong with our politicians. Because no other place has it been so consolidated, all of this treachery, just so consolidated, so easy to see. The only people who don't recognize how horrible Standing Rock makes America look are the people who don't know, who are uninformed. They took these people's land years and years ago. There were treaties that were signed that the government unilaterally nullified, basically, because it suits their needs. But if you're from this land and your forefathers have lived on this land, died on this land, if this is their land, that's forever their land, man. I don't understand these people who creep out of the bowels of Fox News and CNN with these falsehoods and do no checking. All right? You just blindly follow behind any government narrative. And we got to be bigger than that. So, Standing Rock, as we know it, I'm pretty sure at this point, everyone's gone. I was so busy, I didn't get a chance to update and see if the few that were left, if they've been arrested. But I want those people to know that I would like you to come on my show and tell your story. I want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to be a name brand. None of that. I want your story. So hit me up at tim@timblacktv.com because I'm sure there's a lot to be said. And since mainstream media won't cover it, since they won't deliver that message to the people, I feel like it's my obligation to do so. And I don't shrink from my obligations. So I want to tell your story because as I see it, the way that they treated these people, attacking people just because they're pissed off. Cops beat up a guy who was filming just because they got tired of telling him leave. Like, it's a way for police to respond to you that is legal, and there's a way that they can respond that is illegal, Facebook. Okay? You can't just jump on a guy and damn near break his hip because you're just tired of him being there. There is no excuse for it. None. And as Jordan said, this won't be on CNN. It won't be on Fox News. It won't be on MSNBC. But we saw the live streaming footage of the man being attacked while he was doing nothing but filming and asking questions like, hey guys, shouldn't you be helping us? Shouldn't you be on the side of justice? Shouldn't you? And next thing you know, the stormtrooper storm in and jump on the guy. There is a way to arrest someone that does not require you beating the hell out of them. I'm tired of these people co-signing cops. Cops are not kings and queens. Cops are not licensed to beat the hell out of, shoot people, do whatever they want to do because they're cops. You understand? They have rules, just like you have rules. Don't you know that you have rules, sir, ma'am? Don't you know that? That's why when I said yesterday when I did the rant, I was clear. I was trying to tell people like, yo, just because I point out problems in the Democratic Party, you people in the Republican Party, don't you think that I'm giving you a pass? You suck too. It's just I expect you to suck because your brain, you guys have been manipulated as well. You've been manipulated. You think that these corporate Republicans are your friends, and you think these people who tout nationalism are your friends. Do you know how many people are in poverty in this country while your Congress and your Senate sits back and does nothing? When they gonna fix that? What, that don't concern you? You just think that's natural that 20%, 30% of America is living beneath the poverty line? You think that's by accident? You just think that 20% of Americans, the greatest country, right, with the greatest people who are full of ingenuity and spirit and creativity are just lazy bums. You actually buy that propaganda. You buy it. You don't question it. Standing Rock is a perfect example of bigotry on steroids. Because I remember the Bundy Ranch people standing up and you were applauding. Yeah, woo, woo. That wasn't their land. You applauded it. They're standing up to the government. It's wrong what the government's doing. What's the difference, man? What's the difference? Oh, I see a difference. I do. One very apparent, one glaring difference. One humongous difference. And the thing about this, which is so painful to have to look at and unwrap and think about, is that these people, white, black, Latino, Asian, Native American, all the people that were down there Standing Rock, they're fighting for you too, dummy. You drink water too, don't you? Or did you cease to need it? Or you think Nestle should make a profit off of giving you something that is already there that should not be contaminated to the point where you need Nestle? You don't see the obvious play to say screw the water because we could just sell it to you. You don't get it. You can't get that. How much stock do you have in Nestle? I mean, really, if you're a sellout for a certain amount of money because you need to secure your children and this and that, then that's horrible. I don't agree with that. Morally, you're bankrupt to a certain degree, but you're doing what a typical person does. But you are no hero. You are no saint. You're no one to be. You're not a leader. You're just a person who just caved in and said, "This is what I got to do." People who put Jews in ovens were doing their job. Overseers and plantations and who beat women and children, separated families, were just doing their job. You're just doing your job. It's on a lesser scale, but you're just doing your job. As if that's an excuse for anything. So, if we look at Standing Rock for what it is, which is a travesty that affects us all, because we're all connected in some way, then we can look at it, examine it, and remember it, and hold it close, and let it be an inspiration for us to continue to band together, because we fought the good fight. I've been seeing some people very dejected. There's nothing to be dejected about. We're going against the most powerful country in the world, probably in the history of the world. You do recognize this. We are doing great things to contest it. We're doing great things when we try our best to stand up against it. You understand what I'm saying? Because we're not caving in. We are trying. Now, just because we don't succeed at something doesn't mean we don't keep fighting. It doesn't mean we don't combat the BS at every turn. We have to. That's who we are. That's what we're about. So don't be dejected or beat down about that. Let's tell their stories and let's keep the momentum going. We have people galvanized right now in a way that I haven't seen, in a way I think that is historical since the Civil Rights Movement. And we need to keep that fire going. And that's why I'm so hard on these people who are fake leaders. I'm so hard on these people talking about pragmatism, because right now, baby, we have an opportunity. Like I said, we are more galvanized than ever. And last thing we need is people going, well, this is the lesser of two evils, and I think that we go with this one because, well, it's bad, but it's not as bad as it could be. I mean, it could be much worse when we go with the other thing. I mean, I just think that you have to make the decision, use your logic to make the decision that this one would be much better. No! No, dummy, no, smart dummy, no, that's not what you do. That's horrible planning, horrible. We don't have 150 years to get to where we're trying to get to. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have another 90 years to get to change. We need to do it now, sir. I'd like for it to be done. It's not in my lifetime, in my son's lifetime. Do you understand me? It'll never happen with people like you, because there's always been people like you. Always been people like you going, well, time is on my side. Yes, it is. Time is on my side. Everything that you cherish in America, everything that's important, everything that's been fought for, it took people saying, that's it. I'm not going to turn the other cheek. I'm not going to be denied. We're not going to turn back. Everything that you enjoy, from black rights to civil rights to transgender rights to women's rights to workers' rights, everything to child labor laws, everything, man, everything that you enjoy that makes this country what it is only exists because there weren't people listening to people like you. Get that up. Everything. Everything. And I do mean everything. Freedom of speech. Fought for it. Heck, the whole country. If it wasn't for people standing up and saying this is it, they wouldn't even be in America, dummy. But you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. Hey, can I get some more of that some of that pragmatism Kool-Aid? Oh yeah. Oh, this is good. Give me some more pragmatism Kool-Aid. Let me get me some more we can wait Kool-Aid. Here you go. Oh, this is great. Can I just put my lips on the dispenser and just drink it straight out of the spout? Can I do that? Because, you a coward. All right. I asked this question last night. I'm gonna extend it again because I really like to know, where is this transgender rapist guy? Like, where is he at? Where is this transgender rapist guy that has made it bad for all transgenders? I'm looking for him. I'm looking for this guy, this transgender guy who's been running in bathrooms all across the country, harassing children. Where's this guy at? I'd really like to know. Because every time I've looked up or saw somebody doing some hurt to children, it was always, or typically 9 times out of 10, some middle-aged white guy who was straight. I'm serious, my GOP friends, my conservative friends, my liberal friends, my progressive friends, independent party, Green Party people. Somebody send me the chronological breakdown of all this transgender masked man or woman, trans person that's been running around doing this. Because they've been using that person. What was some guy back in, 1912? Bartholomew Hornsucker was a trans person. He wreaked havoc across the Midwest, running into bathroom stalls, sometimes men's stalls, sometimes women's stalls, waiting for children so he could scare them, touch them, grab them. But that story doesn't exist. It's just a bunch of kooky, scared people who are scared of anything that's different and label it evil, not knowing they're the evil one. So now Donald Trump and Jeff Sessions and this crap, they're trying to Indiana, Pence, right? These people are bigoted beyond belief, and they play on fears, and that's what they do with all of us. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want everyone to stand behind trans rights. You know why? Because the same game plan that they use for trans to make them the boogeyman, they use that for women, they use that for Muslims, they use that for black folks, they use that for Mexicans. It's the same game plan. Everyone's the boogeyman. Everyone's to be scared of. Everyone's dangerous. Everyone's going to threaten the way of life. Everyone. So when you stand up for trans rights, you are standing up for, in essence, just pretend you're standing up for black rights and just erase the name because it's the same issues. It's the same lies. It's the same fear-mongering. It's the same tactics. They use them with everyone, and they just replace our names. And the problem is, here's the real problem. Too many white people go for it every time. Because nothing in this country gets done without uneducated white people making it happen. Am I wrong? It's the truth. So you need to educate your brothers and sisters, white folks, because they're the ones who are afraid of everyone and labeling everyone and listening to the media BS. Now, I'm not saying black folks, Latino folks, Native American folks, Asian folks don't have a lot to learn, but they don't have the numbers to push through the BS that you white guys do and white ladies do. So please, please tell a friend. Wake up and smell the coffee. These people ain't coming for nothing except they just want lives. They want to be left alone. They want to be happy. They want the opportunity to just live their lives. That's all they want without being taken advantage of. They want the same things you want. That's all. They don't want your babies. They don't. If you look hard enough, you'll find a bad person in every group. All the time. There's always bad people. But the good people always outnumber the bad. Always. I don't care what you're talking about. So anybody who's waiting for Trump and Sessions and the crew to do something horrible, there it is. And you know what? And I don't agree with this attitude that, oh, well, since, black people need to stop worrying about other people's problems. No, we can worry about our problems, these problems too. Because they're all problems. We can't have a coalition if we ain't all involved. We have to all be involved on every issue that affects everyone. So I know previously I was like, man, I don't see this issue being that big an issue. Whatever issue it was. I forget which one it was. It was like people blowing things out of proportion. But now this is where the metal meets the rubber. And now we got to stand up. We got to stand up on this issue. We got to make some noise. We got to get louder. Because now it's getting realer. It's getting realer and realer. And as the more real it gets, the more we got to stand up. So trans rights, I hope I left no doubt in anyone's mind where I stand on that. I don't need to give no stupid caveats about how many trans people I know, and none of that. They're people who are different than you, who deserve everything you got. So give it to them and get over it. Give it up for that. And get out the house sometimes and meet different people. Have conversations with people. Stop living in your own freaking bubble. You'll find out that everybody's the same. You'll find out everybody's the same, but everybody's different, which makes it great. It makes it great. I watched a little bit, hold on a second. I watched a little bit of Dr. Ken while I was trying to eat something before the show, because I eat once a day. It's I got to stop that. So I drank a shake earlier, right? When I say a shake, I mean fruit, like fruit and vegetable thing, smoothie thing, right? Because the brother's getting bigger and bigger. It's going to get smaller, then bigger. I got to fight it. So then I ate something while I was watching, and I never watched the Dr. Ken show. And I'm sitting there watching it, and it's that Asian family, and it's the doctor. And Ken he's funny as, the guy's just dropped funny. He's just funny, right? So I watch the show, and I'm like, man, this is great. This is great. I'm glad they need more shows. More Asians need shows on TV. Even if I don't have time to watch them. They need to be there, because they need to get rid of stereotypes. They got to be there. Everybody's got to be represented a lot more. You know why? So people stop thinking stupid stuff. I want a Muslim show, and a transgender show, and a gay show, and a white show, and a black show. I want all these shows. I want them all. Now, I won't be having time to watch any of them, because I'm going to be working, right? But doing my show, right? But I'm just saying it was beautiful, and I enjoyed it. What I saw. I didn't even see the whole thing. I know funny. You know funny when it cuts on. You know what funny is. You know when something's funny, and you know when it's horrible. This was funny. It was like, you get that, and you're like, okay, I can come back to this at some other time, and not waste my time. Where was I going with that? DNC chair. Oh, woo. All right. All right, so I'm glad this guy, Harrison, dropped out. Bye, see ya, peace. Get out of here, man. I'm glad I don't identify with every black person on the planet. Because you guys made me look horrible. This guy, what's this guy even talking about? Jamu Green, you brought up Russia. Sister, did you really bring up Russia and then chastise the Humanist Report for not bringing you on the show? Did you realize you dodged the bullet not going on this show? Do you realize that it's a good thing you didn't go on this show? If you went on this show and you just talked about Russia, Woo! You'd have got laughed off the internet, ma'am. The internet. Yeah, it would have been horrible for you. Let me tell you something, sister. The only people who buy into Russia ruined the election by exposing the hypocrisy and the corruption in the DNC party, the only people that think there's something wrong with that are sellout Democrats. That's it. So when you say that, that shows your circle of influence consists of a bunch of sellout Democrats. Because they're the only people saying that. The only ones. And if I hear another person say, well, Hillary won the popular vote, you know what? You can kiss both. You know what? Kiss my white ass. Just kiss it. Atlanta Falcons had a lot of yardage during the Super Bowl. But you know what? You know what? They lost. You know why? Because the winner isn't determined by yardage. It's determined by who has the most points, not the most yards. You can't count yardage in a game of points, ma'am. Sirs. So stop it. You sound ridiculous. AKA Sarah Silverman. And Sarah Silverman retweeted me the other day. I was like, wow, she must not know I dissed her in a show one time or in Bernie bus rally. But it's okay. Much love. Little Tim Black. Nobody cares what you say. Sometimes people do get mad, though. They come for me sometimes. Like, what'd you say, Tim? I'm going to say it again. They think I'm not going to say it. I said, you a sellout. What'd you say? I said, you are a sellout. Like, oh, okay. Just didn't hear you the first time. But now you heard me. I'm a rough guy, man. I tell you, man. I really need to work on my getting along skills.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. So anyway, so now it's down to Tom Perez and Keith Ellison, apparently, because Sam Ronan, oh my God, we couldn't have new life in the DNC. Oh no, we couldn't actually want to bring in new people. Oh no. Oh, perish the thought, child. Oh, child. We wouldn't actually want to bring in young people into our dying party to give it life. Oh, why would we need to do that? You guys listen to people like Robert Reich too much, okay? Guy's 97 years old, and he's still talking to me. And you millennials, stop listening to him too. And you baby, no, and you Gen Xers, stop it. You my people, stop listening to Robert Reich. Please, please, please. Anyone who says Hillary's a dear, dear friend, conversation over. Over. Because anything they say after that is just going to support that thing. Because why would you even need to say that? You're still beholden. You're still beholden. You know. Well, Tim Black, Joe Biden supports Tom Perez. And I like Tom Perez. I think Tom Perez is great. What's your favorite color? 16. You're an idiot. Tom Perez may be a very nice person. Sure, you could probably sit down, play some cards, some gin rummy, play some spades. He might even run a Boston. But as for toting the line for Democrats, establishment Democrats, as for doing it the same thing over and over again, expecting new results, not realizing he's in a new world, he's still getting up, walking over to his TV, trying to turn the knob. Man, we don't need people still stuck in the past. When you say, well, what's this guy, Buttigieg, or Butt Cheeks, or Buttigieg, whatever his name is, Buttigieg, I don't know his name. Well, we need to start. I don't understand why people want to look backwards. We need to be looking forwards. You know, we're looking at 2016. I don't even want to think about 2016 because we need to look forward to 2017 and 2018. That's what we need. And we got a bunch of sycophant dummies in the audience. Yes, we don't want to look at 2016 either. Listen. In anything in life, and I do mean anything, whether it be sports, business, anything, they look at what they did in the past. They examine it. Well, this was a bad move. Maybe I should have zigged when I zagged, maybe we need to alter. Maybe we should put more people on the field when we play, or maybe people who play shouldn't be smoking cigarettes and drinking liquor before the game. Maybe we should, maybe it's not good to buy high and sell low. Like anything else, you examine the failures of what you did in the last thing because you want to do better. But according to the kooky DNC people, looking back is counterproductive. Oh, we don't want to dredge up the past. They talk like we're talking about 1722. We're talking about last year, man. We're not talking about 50,000 years ago. We're talking about something that happened last year. You have not corrected. You have not corrected your trajectory. You have not corrected the things that caused that. And you want me to put faith in you? You want me to trust in you? You want me to vote for you? You want me to champion for you? You want me to march with you? You want me to resist with you? And you don't even want to look at what you've done to be at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom? Get that. God damn.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. It's the most ignorant thing in the world. And the thing that hurts are the Democrats in the audience clapping for stupidity. When a boxer gets knocked out and loses his belt, when he goes back to training camp, he goes, well, only one thing about that. No, he goes, how'd I get knocked out? Oh, I need to train better. I need to alter my game. But not the Democrats. Oh, no. Keep that left down and just lead with your chin. Chin punch them. Yeah, and by doing that, you will be beating the hell out of the Republicans' gloves with your face for another 4, maybe 8 years. Are you getting this? It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. Here's the problem. You get it, but you don't want to get it because your corporate donors don't want you to get it. That's really what it is, because no one's that stupid. I'm teaching my 8-year-old how to ride a bike. Right? Give it up for my son, Chase. 8 years old, learning to ride a bike. And I was teaching him how to balance himself. Right? Right? So, he's learning things like leaning forward, leaning back. I'm teaching him how to balance. When he failed, say, let's think about what we're doing. Let's concentrate on what we just did. He's 8. He gets it. He's like, okay, so what'd you just do? What'd you do wrong? Well, I leaned too far to the left. Okay, well, this time, try to sit in the center. He's like, okay. And he's got a little bit better. Because you know what he did? He thought about what he just did that was wrong, that didn't work for him. And he started thinking about the things that he could do that will work in the future. He's 8. And he's smarter than Jamul. He's smarter than Boutigi. Sally or Sandra Brown or whatever. Sally Brown and all of them. Because they don't get that concept. And you know what? So I know that's not true because these are intelligent people. I'm sure these are intelligent people. So the bottom line is the word has been sent down from above that you cannot go against the Democratic Party. The establishment is still well entrenched. Just because Hillary lost again means nothing. And it's still going the way it's going. That's why someone like Keith Ellison, who knows better, man. I know Keith Ellison well enough. Like, I know him. See, this is the thing about Keith Ellison. He knows better. I said this in the video. He respects progressives. He respects the energy of progressives because when there was an issue once, he wrote me. He wrote me an email and said, hey, let me explain my side. And it was like paragraphs of an explanation of what he felt, why he felt the way he did. Now, regardless of the fact that it didn't change what his positions were, right, or any of that, the fact that he felt like he should reach out, that's respect. You understand? Because Tom Perez ain't writing us. These corporate sellouts ain't gonna write us. They don't care what we think. That's the whole point. That's why they lost. That's why they throw these little pandering bones to us every once in a while, just to shut us up. But you get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm hard on Keith Ellison because I know he knows the power of the progressive movement and what that means. And when he doesn't really get behind progressive issues, like I know he has to know. He does know. I know he's doing it because it's corporate. He's doing it because establishment. He's doing it to play politics. And all I want to tell Keith Ellison, because I do believe he'll win. Keith, if you let go of them training wheels, man, and stop worrying about those establishment people, we would have your back. You wouldn't need corporate money. Because one thing, like I started this show off saying, we know who our friends are. That's why Nina Turner never has to worry about anything. We're going to always hold her down. Tulsi Gabbard's never going to have to worry about anything. We're going to hold her down because we know who our friends are. So get in now on the ground floor. Get in there while there's room for you. We have room for you. Get in there. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this prequel of Freedom Friday. I would like to now go to the phone lines, baby. Phone time. Phone time, baby. Phone line's going to be open. Yeah, man, Freedom Friday is a service to my viewers, man. This is where you get to call up, you get to say what's on your mind, whatever that is. Tell me how you're feeling, what's bothering you, what got you happy, what got you pissed off, whatever. The phone number for Freedom Friday is 319-527-6212. 319-527-6212. Now, look, all I ask is no hate speech. That's it. Can you do that? Yeah, you can do it. Tim, what is hate speech? That's when people call up and say stupid stuff like, everything would be okay if it wasn't for the Jews. I hate the Jews. Don't do that. Oh, these blacks. Oh, God. I wish blacks would. Don't do that. Oh, the whites. The devil. The whites. Don't do that. Oh, the Nate. You get my point? That's the only thing you get to hang up from. If you do that, you get the,
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
And then you get hung up on. That's what happens. All right. Once again, the number is 319-527-6212. Let me bring in the callers, man. We got some callers hanging out. I got a 917. Looks like my man KJ up in the house. But we will find out now. And I hope everything's fine, man. Please tell me people can hear me well. Who you looking at, Tim? The beams. What is that? Okay. Here we go. Let's go, guys. 917, you loud. Yo. Give it up for KJ.
Tim Black and KJ from Bedside, Brooklyn.
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Can't complain. Went to the circus today, Ringling Brothers in Baltimore Valley, and they were representing all types of people from all over the planet. I thought that was a beautiful thing. Not sure if they had any transgendered aerial artists, but they had everyone represented. It was beautiful. We had Chinese, black, white, everything, Spanish. It was real cool, man. Great. And it's a shame. Ringling Brothers is over. So that's why I want to check it out before it's over. Greatest show on here.
Wow, brother. Wow. Yeah. When I was a kid, I remember my parents taking me to the Ringling Brothers Circus, man. It was a great time, man.
Yeah, I never got to go. I was too poor, man. My mom used to, drag us to other kids' parties to see some whack clown, you know what I mean?
Oh.
So he was always drunk, so it wasn't very good. But I wanted to touch base about the whole transgender thing. That's definitely something I'm not in agreement with my Trumpy and Pence. But, I kind of felt they were going to go that way. They're kind of catering to the real conservatives and the religious right that got them elected. But, you know, to me, growing up in New York, man, I've known transgender people for like well over 30 years. So it's like, it ain't a thing in New York or any major city. So really, it's not going to have much of an effect. And it's not like there's too many transgender people living in like the Ozarks. So I don't know if, you know, it's going to really overall have a critical effect. But again, you know, like I said, I don't agree with everything he does. But getting back to what you were saying about Hillary and the Democrats, yo, let me tell you, if the media just keeps beating up Trump and they just, I mean, it's talk about pissing in the wind. The guy's the president, and all they keep doing is beating up on him and not even holding the Democratic people to saying to them, but what are you going to do to win in the next 2 years? What are you going to do to win in the next 4 years? It's like they're not even talking about it. They have nobody. They got no mission. They got no ideas. All they want to do is keep beating up on everything Trump's doing. But guess what? He's in, though. You know what I mean? And so it's like, how come the media is not even saying to these people, okay, you won't even admit that you lost, all right? And you won't even admit to the fact that you burned Bernie. You know, they can't even say that now. It's been 3 months since the election, and still not one prominent Democrat has come out and admitted they were wrong. Flat out. They haven't even admitted it. And all they keep doing is talking mad stuff about Trump, and the media's piling it on, but what? How is that going to help them? They're going to waste, 6 months complaining and protesting about Trump? He's still going to be the president. So then now they're going to lose that much more time to get somebody good to run against any of these Republicans that are running the House and the Senate. If they don't, I'm telling you, man, like I said, you know me, bro, I'm a Trump guy, but I'm also a realist. And you know, the best thing you can do if you want to fight something is you got to know your enemy well, and that's the only way you can defeat him. Like you were saying in the Super Bowl, yo, I heard this one guy say, because everybody was saying how Atlanta was going to win, right? And I even thought Atlanta would win. But then this one dude said, but yo, let me tell you, the coach of New England, you're giving that guy 2 weeks to watch film and prepare, okay? I mean, you give that guy 3 days to prepare, and he could beat you. So now he had 2 weeks to watch film and prepare. And that's what it's all about. You gotta be prepared. You gotta know your enemy well, but you gotta have a strategy. You know, even though you're down, you're against. Man, I call Hillary the Ronda Rousey of the Democratic Party. You know, she got knocked out by Obama the first time, and she never recovered properly. And then she got walloped, and now she's completely out of the game. So they gotta reevaluate, man. And it just, to this day, I still don't get it. How they tossed Bernie aside like that and dissed all of his followers. You know, I got respect for Bernie more than any of these cats. Schumer, you know, they're a joke, these people. I mean, he's a New York guy. I've known Schumer my whole life. He's not helping the party, and he's not coming up with solutions. So until they come up with some real solutions on how they're going to win, even in the midterm elections, they're not going to win, bro. They're not going to do anything. And Trump, he's still carrying on like he's running an election campaign for 2020.
Yep.
So, you know, if they don't come up with some good ideas in the next couple months, they're in big trouble. But I just wanted to say that, bro. It was good talking to you. I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks. Hope all's well with you and the fam. And thanks for taking my call, bro.
Man, thank you, KJ, for keeping it real and being that voice, man. We need it. We need it. My brother. I'm glad. Look, congratulations on going to the circus, man. Yeah, and sharing that with us. Wow. KJ spot on, man, about the Democrats not having a game plan. I love when he calls up with the realness, man. He just keeps it real. It's his opinion, but it's based on reality. Let me go to the next call, man. Let me get a next caller in here. I got a 1111111 number. Hey, 11111, how you doing?
Hey, Tim Black. This is Thomas Elmy from Lansing, Michigan.
My man, what's going on, brother? How are
you? Good. Much love to you, Tim Black, and the Wolfpack. I haven't called in a while, but the DNC, in my opinion, is just done. Sick of forking them. They lost 25% membership since the election. I just don't see them like KJ said, they don't have a plan. They just keep on repeating the same mistakes. And with that exodus, Dev exit, we might, have a chance for a third party because there's a lot more woke people up because of Trump winning the election. One of my predictions is Tim Black and H.A. Goodman are going to go busting loose in 2017. And the DNC is going to lose in 2018 and 2020 unless Trump really messes something major up.
Yeah.
Just want to end with that dude that dropped the N-bomb on you, man. That's not cool. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much all I got, man. One love.
One love, brother. Thank you so much, Tyler, man. I appreciate you, man. No doubt. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what? And I agree with you about the DNC. It's just shameful. And regardless, like, I'm an independent now, right? But I still want there to be competition. Competition's good, right? I believe in competition. If the Republicans have no competition, which it looks like they won't, they get anything done they want. We need discourse. We need more parties, not less parties. Right now we got 1.5 parties. We don't have 2 parties, we have 1.5 parties. And the Democratic establishment seems to believe that what needs to happen is the Democrats need to move more to the right. That's what they think, and that's been their game plan. Look more like Republicans. Be more like Republicans. And then you see Trump, and he's not even a Republican, and that's what the Republicans went for. They aren't getting it. It's not sinking in. It's not. All right. 910, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi. Yeah, this is Connor, the guy who on one time ended up calling you the N-word.
All right, 770, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Tim Black, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? Sound familiar?
This is Dave from Stone Mountain. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Dave, man? Did you move, man?
Nah, man, I just, I don't call you all the time because people might get tired of hearing from me,
I love you, Dave, man. What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Well, you know me, I've always got 1,000 things on my mind, so I tried to narrow it down to just kind of one subject because I hear, I hear everybody's kind of frustrated, We kind of got a little problem going on. And, I just want to say that I think a lot of people are underestimating what this entire movement is all about, brother. I mean, we're doing a lot more than just taking, trying to reform the Democratic Party. Essentially, if the people get a voice in either party, whichever party the people actually get a foothold in America, is probably going to take over America. Because the people have not had somebody with a real voice for a long time. We're talking half a century. I mean, ages. I mean, a generation has come and gone. And a lot of people get frustrated. A lot of people are wanting to leave the Democratic Party, and I don't blame them. I mean, what's happened is disgusting. But I want everybody to understand what they're trying to do, that America is the most powerful country on earth. You are not taking over your elementary school, something simple. You are trying to take over the world in a sense. And all the people getting frustrated and wanting to give up and all that stuff, it's been a year essentially, not even a whole election cycle. And you've got to stick with it. I mean, if you're already, a lot of people are saying, I've heard a couple people say, Tim, I wouldn't vote for Bernie if he ran as a Democrat again. Well, you can't judge people by groups like that. You have to judge people by the individual. And I don't want everybody to get burned out. I don't want them to get frustrated and give up and say, well, there's nothing we can do. Because as soon as you say there's nothing you can do, nothing's going to be done. You have to believe it can happen before it can happen. And so I just want people to have some perspective. It might be your children or grandchildren that finally get this done. It's not going to be easy. It took 50 years to get us to this point. It takes 50 years to get back. That's kind of the reality. And that doesn't mean you should stop trying to make it all happen today. It just means that you have to, you have to understand the situation you're in and keep grinding until finally you get that break. Something like this isn't going to happen easy.
Right.
And I guess that's kind of it. I just want everybody to understand you are trying to take over the United States of America. That's what the first party that is run by the people will do, because people are going to hear real individuals talking, and that's going to be it. The people in power, they're going to start World War III to stop us. So it's not going to be easy. If you thought Bernie was just going to get elected and everything was going to be great, and I hope that would happen too, you're being real naive. So you just need to keep grinding and stay with it. And I just want to finish, I guess, with Trump and the media. I know everybody's freaking out about Trump shutting out the media, and that is a major issue. When the media shut out, that's tyranny. That's Germany. That's Lenin, Stalin. That's nasty stuff. But CNN and MSNBC are not the media. They are not the free press. Essentially, what I believe is happening here is Trump is trying to vilify the media, and they deserve to be vilified. None of those places are real. Who gives a shit if they die? Let them die. Tim Black is real media. H.A. Goodman is real media. Lee Camp and Redacted Tonight, that's the free press. CNN, they're fake. They're not real. Who cares? Let them die. Let them go. And so, don't let the fact that Trump is attacking the media let you start backing the media up like they're honorable. They're not. He's right. The media is disgusting. They are fake news. Not because Trump says so. Trump's an idiot. They're fake because they are fake. Remember what they did to Bernie? Don't forget that. So if you really care about media, then you need to start getting your damn pocketbooks open and donating to independent media like Tim Black. And, lift the real media, the people that really tell the truth. You need to lift them up. And so that's what you need to do. Get your pockets out tonight and donate to Tim. Be a Patreon. Do your thing and support him. And that's it. I don't want to go over my time, Tim. I love you, man. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you, Dave. Wow, brother. Wow, brother. Wow. So much better when somebody else says it for me, man. Thank you so much, Dave, man. Yeah. What he said. It's hard, man. It's hard being in this space. It really is, Dave. I tell you, because it's like I'm trying to deprogram people who are so programmed. It's only like I gotta, but I'm lucky because I have a strong core group. They've been with me through my ups and downs, through technical malfunctions, to going out of town, being off the air. Some people remember when I got booted off by Fox News. For a whole month, I couldn't do shows because Fox News came after me for using one of their clips for showing a debate. That's what it was. That I didn't make a penny off of. I just thought people wanted to see it, and they did. So, and I wrote them, and nothing. But they finally lifted it because they never responded. So after a month, it got lifted. But anyway, Dave, thank you so much, man, for that. And thank you for shouting out my friend Lee Camp. Lee Camp's been on fire. And I'm not too proud to say it. All right? Lee Camp had on Nick Bronner. He had on Sam Ronan. He has on other great people. Even had me on one time. So thank you so much, Lee, for all you do, brother. Keep doing it. Next call. 720. How you doing? You're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Hey, Tim, it's Gabriel MacArthur out here in Colorado. How are you?
My brother from Colorado. What's going on, man?
About the DNC chair race, Tom Perez has been tweeting all day the states he's already won because, old habits die hard, apparently. And I thought it was interesting that I don't want to give Sam Ronan too much crap because he actually went there, but none of them talked about Standing Rock. And that was the day that they were evicting people. So that says a lot to me, that they were all jammering on about themselves, but they didn't talk about one of our biggest crises in the country. And, I just want to vent a little bit because I was watching one of those protest town halls for our Senator Cory Gardner out here, where he's not holding one himself. So they got a cardboard stand out, and they're all, asking questions and shouting and stuff, which I'm encouraged by all these demonstrations around all these town halls. But something that really discouraged me a little bit was one of them was calling for Senator Gardner to push for us to arm the Ukraine against Russia. This is an audience full of Democrats, and I'm having a bit of a crisis internally because I'm running for Congress out here, but I'm looking at these Democrats that are on the march to war, and they're not talking about the real issues, and I'm wondering to myself, why am I doing this as a Democrat? So I don't know, maybe I need you to convince me not to, or to convince me to keep at it. I don't know. I just need a little moral encouragement.
Well, wow, brother. You know what? I think a lot of people do, man. And all I can tell you is it's sort of like what the earlier caller said when he said, I think it was Dave. We have to realize what we're up against. And we got a lot of people, good people, Skater, good people, man, who get a lot of misinformation. So I try to say, you know what? These people who are on the wrong side of it, they're just misinformed. So it's our job to get louder to inform them. And it's going to take more than one or two conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take over the long term as we keep on spreading the word, because that's what it is. They are infected with nonsense media. They got that message about Russia from who? They didn't make it up, So if you listen to garbage media, you're going to have that opinion, So.
What do you think will happen if Tom Perez is elected the DNC chair? Do you think that'll be the straw that breaks the camel's back, or do you think that people are just going to keep convincing themselves that we got to keep going? I don't know.
Wow, brother. I'll tell you this. Someone recently said that Tom Perez might be the best thing to happen to the movement in general, because he will turn people totally off to the Democrats. They will be done, and it may take rock bottom. Sort of like a person who's strung out on drugs and they still they're still functional. Like, it takes them to lose it all sometimes and go, wow, how did my life get this bad? For them to really go into rehab or to seek help. That may be the Democratic Party, brother. Like, they may have to hit Tom Perez rock bottom.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Nick Brana, at a certain point, transition his move, because it's growing. I hope he transitions it to draft candidates for a People's Party at a certain point, because I don't know what Bernie's going to do, but I don't think that we could hinge it on him forever.
Right. I agree with you, brother. Well, look, man, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate you, man, and keep listening. Keep your chin up, man. We're in it for the long haul, brother. You hang in now, brother, and it will come. I feel that, like I was saying through the election, man, we know it's never. We should know it wasn't going to be easy. Revolutions are never easy. That's why they are called revolutions. Okay? So, hey, let's just buckle in, find security in your community of people that are like-minded like you to keep you rejuvenated. And that's why that's one good thing about social media, right, is the groups of people that we can congregate with. But we have to move off of social media onto platforms that can't be taken away or censored. So I'm starting a partnership with different people who have different platforms off social media, because that's important. But for right now, join those groups, man. Join those groups and stay engaged, because that's the best repellent to despair, frustration, anger, depression, all of those things, because you're woke. You're woke. Stay woke, but also find some friends. All right, guys. Next call. Good guy. Good call. Damn good call, actually. 812, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, it's Fred calling from Indiana.
Fred from Indiana. Oh, man, perfect, man. Perfect, Fred. What's going on, Fred?
Well, first I got to say draftbernie.org. Everybody's got to be paying attention. The Democratic Party's dead. They're just dead. Perez is useless. Ronan's not going to get it.
Right.
Perez was actually advertising on Hulu. Like, how many voters, how many DNC superdelegates and lobbyists are going to be voting and going to watch Hulu?
Wow.
Just insane. Okay, let's see. Now on to Ochetti, this Standing Rock. They completely cleared out the main camp. Ochetti, Oyate, or Sakoan, depending on which way you're going, all the tribes or the people's camp. It was a massive military invasion. They had hundreds of vehicles. They had 2 helicopters. They had an airplane. They were blocking cell signals. They were blocking live streams. Unicorn Riot is one of the best. They had almost a completely uninterrupted stream of everything that was going on. Between 40 and 75 people were still in the camp. I think 75 were in the camp and about 40 got arrested. But they were arresting journalists. They arrested a woman, Grandma Regina. She was actually at, Wounded Knee, 73. She was one of the activists there. And they arrested her again. She was standing up for treaty rights because it is tribal land. It is not Army Corps land.
Right.
Army Corps illegally seized it. They also went into Rosebud Camp, which was on the reservation land. It was not on Army Corps land, and they cleared that out too. Sacred Stone is still functioning. That's where Veterans Respond is hanging out. That's where they're based out of. That's on private, supposed to be on reservation land. LaDonna's got the property rights to it. Also has a resolution that was passed by the Sioux Tribal Council to allow her to have the water protectors up there. Now, Archibald has gone some weird direction, and they're concerned about that camp getting raided too. But it hasn't happened yet. It has not happened yet. And we're hoping that it's not going to happen. But Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe have got a camp set up, and they've got room for people if they need to go there. They've got beds, they've got supplies. So there's a fallback position even if Standing Rock does get taken down, which is, again, not really definite. Let's see. LaDonna Brapel Allard, you might want to talk to. I don't know if you'll be able to get her on a live feed. She's not really too computer savvy, but she's a great elder, great leader. And let's see, anything else? Oh, the lies coming out of Morton County Sheriff's Department are just mind-boggling. The SOB had the nerve to tweet out, they cleared Ochetti, and he was celebrating. I'm like, yeah, you and the National Guard and the Border Patrol and ATF and FBI and sheriffs or police officers from Wisconsin and Humvees and LRADs, and everybody was armed, and they had live rounds, and they were pointing them at people that are praying on the ground. I mean, they desecrated teepees. They bulldozed everything flat. It was a horror show, but it's over, and we are still standing. The water protectors are still standing, and we are still fighting. And March 10th, Native Nations march on Washington, D.C. Indigenous nations are meeting, and they're going to have a march and a rally there. And I hopefully you have time, you can show up. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I just don't have the cash, but I'm looking forward to it happening. And I think I babbled more than my 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Fred. Fred, thank you so much for that update, brother. We all appreciate you, my man. We do. Wow. Some heroes these Morton County Sheriff people are, huh? We did a great thing. We won. Yeah, you won. You won most horrible person of the year so far. Way to go, champ. Remember when I talked earlier about this thing where people say they're just doing their jobs? And that, as if that justifies everything they do. Horrible, man. All right. I got a 202 number in the queue. 202, you're live on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
What's up, man? This is EJ in VA, calling, listening into your good show.
What's up, man? Good to have you back, EJ. I thought that was you, man, but it's been a minute, and I didn't want to guess, But I'm glad to have you back. What's going on, brother?
Scheduling. I try to get in when I can. But, love the show, man, and I just love everything you standing for. But I realized over maybe the course of the last year, like, I was huge for Bernie. Of course, you probably remember, like, one of the earlier people. Yep. But then, I don't know, lately I've been like, I feel like maybe my views are starting to lean more conservatively because, I'm watching Trump over this time, and maybe Trump ain't really a good example of conservative, but, I don't know. I'm giving him like a B- for my grade so far. Mainly because he said everything he said he's going to do, he's doing. So he's pretty much keeping his word, and that's huge to me because I don't remember ever seeing that. Yeah. Like, that's rare. Like, doing what you say you was going to do, whether I agree with it or not. I mean, some of the things I do and some of the things I don't, but I can kind of see the perspective on why he's doing some of the things. So I mean, when he killed that TPP off the top, killed the TPP, I was like, damn, he's really like doing something that we wouldn't have got done if perhaps somebody else was in office. Joe was in office, we would have got it. Bernie was in, we would have got it too. So, but I mean, Hillary was the only other option, and he actually did it off the top. So I thought that was good. Yeah, I mean, I know we're talking a lot about the Dakota Access Pipeline, and I know, like, I'm just looking at perspective here, and I see that, like, we're upset about it. It seems like because, for one, it's infringing on Native American lands, and they don't really seem like they have anybody to step up for them and speak for them, especially on a national stage, and it can be easy for them to be taken advantage of. So I completely, understand wanting to step up for them. Also, that the water, we expect, of course, in 50 years or so that the pipelines will leak, like most do, and contaminate water supply for tens of thousands of people. So these are bad things. And then, but at the same time, like, this is what Trump said he was going to do. Say he was going to create jobs. And he's doing it. And, for the people that's poor, if I was poor in that area and I didn't have a job, a high-paying job making $8 an hour, and I got the chance to make however, I honestly don't know how much they're paying, but I heard it's upwards of like $30, $40 an hour. That's a real good job, especially in America, in that area. So I can see poor people who would love the opportunity to take that job. So, I mean, I don't know if we're just against all pipelines or just this one because of the Native American influence. And then the last thing I'll talk about, we're really, like, making a big deal, I think, of the transgender thing. It seems like he just put it on states' rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just gave it to the states about bathrooms. I mean, from what I believe, transgender people can use any bathroom they want anyway. Nobody's going to know. Like, who's going to ask if you're a trans person using this bathroom? Nobody's going to ask that. And if it's about just man or woman, or, I mean, I don't know, bathrooms, I think, is something that's really, like, should be man or woman. Are you a biological man? Is there a definition of a man? And is there a definition of a woman? And if there's not, if I can just say I'm a woman, that's kind of disrespectful to women all over the place. So I don't know where the line is. I want to stick up for people too, but I don't think this is a big deal. I mean, is there a line? Is there a line that where like is transgender the furthest we go, or what's the next step? Are we going? What if like I don't know? I won't go that far.
90 seconds.
Far, and I'll just stop right there and let you finish off the night.
Hey man, look, all opinions are welcome. I feel you. It's not, gosh, brother. Look, man, give it up for my man EJ calling up and saying, heck, man, I'm going to speak my mind. Hey, that's what Freedom Friday is. You know, and that's, hey, look, I just don't care what bathroom people use.
60 seconds.
And if I try to put myself in the shoes of the transgender person. And I don't, you know, and and that's how I do, you know. That's the way I look at it. That's why I'm on the side of, who cares what bathroom? Like, I was the same way about gay marriage. I'm like, if people want to get married, let them get married. Like, why do you care if these people want to get married? They want to be married, let them get married. It's getting divorced, which we need help with that. People shouldn't lose everything because they get divorced. Okay, but that's a whole nother subject. But I look at transgender, these issues the same way. It's just that states are so kooky. You know, some states are so backwards, you know. So what's going to have to happen? If people really want to feel that they're welcome, they're going to have to move
10 seconds
to a state where they can go, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you shouldn't have to do that. Shoot, it's a bathroom. And they use that on us. They use that on all. Look, if you look at the bathroom thing, something I didn't know, they used to use that on women. They said women couldn't use public bathrooms. So that kept women in a house. That's why women weren't given jobs. They were using the bathroom thing on women back in the early 1900s. Then it was us. Black people can't use our bathrooms. It's something with American bathrooms. It's weird. That's it. Okay. But I'm sure other people have more comments for you. It was something you said in the beginning. I forgot what it was, EJ. But it was like, huh? But, oh yeah, you saying Trump, you know, jobs on pipelines, brother. Them jobs on them pipelines. First of all, them pipelines, all pipelines are bad. All of them end up leaking. We need to get towards green energy. We need to get off fossil fuels, and especially fossil fuels to export. We selling that stuff, man. And these, you know what I mean? I did a video showing all the pipelines that have leaked over the last couple of years. Dude, it's so many. It's horrendous. Okay? It's so many pipelines leaking. It ain't 50 years, brother, for them to leak. We got pipelines leaking all over the place. And they're destroying the ground, the land, the water, people getting sick. All this stuff is going on. It doesn't get reported, EJ, because it's not good for business. Because you know what? Those people, the companies that have invested in those pipelines, fund the commercials that are on TV. Fund the commercials for CNN and MSNBC. So they're not going to shoot the foot of the sponsor that pays the bills. But pipelines are horrible. Do a little research on pipeline leakage. You will come back. You know what? You're going to get back the dictionary. You feel me, brother? You're going to get back the dictionary. I just did a video on that. So check out my channel. Become, check it out. Because people don't talk about it. So you think, what's the problem? People get jobs. We can make jobs making wind turbines. We can make jobs doing stuff with, solar. It's so many other things we can do. It's not just about jobs. This is about companies making money. And quiet as it's kept, Trump has some money invested in equity transfers. All right? He has money in this too. So that's a whole nother issue, right? So look, just check it out. I love you, brother. You my guy. And that goes for anybody, because the stuff that I look up because I have to do a video is not, this is what I do for a job. So I'm aware of all these different nuances. You know what I'm saying? That people who work a job and then they look at stuff when they get a chance, they might not have the time. So let's not demonize one another because people have different opinions based on the information they have. You give them new information, it will change their opinion. That's the way I look at it, and that's what keeps me sane and keeps me from being really toxic and being rigid. All right, so anyway, thank you guys for hanging in there. Let's go to the next call, and let's keep it moving. No doubt. 205, you're live on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Hey Tim, it's Stephanie from Tennessee.
Stephanie, my friend, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm better than the last two. I was really pissed off about Standing Rock the last couple of days. Like,
right.
I was not in a good mood about that. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And in association with, like, I saw on the same day that they were arresting journalists and protesters and, you know, like hurting people and stuff. There are all these people going on about Milo's freedom of speech being taken away because he lost his book deal. And I just, you know, like, I get it when it's people like the freedom of the press concerned that it's, you know, like creeping fascism and stuff. But, like, all these people who are, you know, oh, so worried for poor victim Milo, like, they get the middle finger from me because he was not censored by the government. He could go with a number of other publishers or self-publish. He has a lot of fans. And so, you know, he could choose any number of platforms. But I watched his apology and the little press conference thing. I had not paid attention to him before because I thought he was like the right-wing equivalent of like Wendy Doniger, who was like this academic, in quotation marks, who did books on India and Hinduism, but she did it in this really disrespectful way because she was trying to get a rise out of people and say like, oh, look, the right-wing party in India is so fascist, blah, 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 they won't let me publish. But she was putting a lot of misinformation and selling it as academia, and they proved how many things that she got wrong. And so, you know, the court said, you know what, this book is inaccurate as academia, and they banned it. So then it's like, oh, book banning, you know, like freedom of speech. And so I thought Milo was like the same thing, was like, you know, oh, he's going to play victim. But then in his apology, he did it. He's like, I'm going to go with another publisher. I understand why people feel this way, that I came off flippant. You know, like, I don't like when people have no reverence or no respect for anything, because those type of people are dangerous when they abuse freedom of speech so that they can do anything to anyone else and start to, like, take away their freedoms. You know, like, they use freedom of speech to take away freedom of speech. Like, I should be able to say whatever I want, including inciting people to attack you for being you, you know? Like, so, you know, that bothered me. But then I listened to what he had to say, and I was like, oh, he is not the same as Wendy Doniger. You know, like, he is, you know, first of all, like, I started looking at his stuff, and I was like, he does always label his stuff as opinion. He doesn't try to sell it as academia. He doesn't try to sell it as, like, you know, like, this is factual information that I'm giving you. He's saying, this is my opinion. And I mean, he has some weird opinions, but, like, I actually sort of agree with him a little bit on some of the third wave of feminists getting a little out of control. Like, you see, they just kind of automatically shut down. They don't think it's, you know, well, you know, like, if you, I've had my own sister tell me that I have internalized misogyny because I don't like Anita Sarkeesian, which is this girl who is saying, like, oh, video games are sexist because Princess Peach doesn't get to wear overalls and save Mario. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, it makes no sense to me, because that's saying that girl has to be a certain way. That character, I mean, first of all, it's like fiction and it's somebody's story, and trying to tell artists and writers what to do. It's like in priorities of freedom, my freedom to draw whatever the hell and sell whatever the hell I want as an artist comes before your freedom as a feminist, quotation marks, you know, like, to try to tell people how to do their stories and put all this pressure on, like, Hollywood and stuff to, like, it's one thing to request it, but, like, I went through and looked, and it's like, yes, the people attacking Anita Sarkeesian were really mean, but, like, also these feminists are, like, they're vicious, you know. And then everybody must remember that Tim Black Wolfpack member, how they treated Bernie people, you know. It's like, oh, sexist Bernie bros. Like, I get tired of stuff like that. They just automatically jump to conclusions. So I agreed with him on that a little bit. I mean, I think he takes it a little far, but it does bring some balance to have somebody say it, because it was I get more pressure from girls than I do from guys. So I understood that from him. So he should be able to have a voice, but he is able to have a voice, and he didn't play victim over it. So I gotta say I respect that. And then I also feel like, yeah, we should do more to prop up, make sure that Trump can't have an authoritarian presence or build one by having supporting independent media and consistent media that you know that the person who's giving the opinion is generally tries to get the right information or lets other people call in like your show so that people can have a discussion. It's not, we want to kind of, I would like to suggest that everybody support the people who do not try to control the narrative versus, you know, give the facts. So it's like you and HA would be good to support Jordan, Jimmy, WikiLeaks, you know, people who are consistent or who provide factual information or both. And that, you know, because like inconsistency, it shows that they're trying to push like a propaganda thing. Like I can think of like Alex Jones. He wasn't consistent in that he's like, oh, we have the truth. Like they try to use other people's truth to like push narrative and then kind of sweep them under the rug once they're done with them. You know, like they use people to try to push certain political agendas. Like he was all for WikiLeaks, and now you don't hear him talk about it at all. Notice that, people who might like Alex Jones, think about that. And then Cenk is not very consistent either. So it's like, I know that he created Young Turks, but he needs to be a little bit more consistent before I can trust anything he says. Because, you know, I remember when he was for DAPL, and then he turns around and he's no DAPL when Jordan starts doing really popular stories about it. And then he's also kind of giving into the Russian propaganda thing and talking about it as if, you know, he has, like, it's more mature to believe it than not believe it. So I watched, another good guy is Glenn Greenwald. But that's it. I know I'm going over my time. I just wanted to say some thoughts on that.
I love it, man. I love Steph. You know I love you, and I love your point of view. Thank you so much for the call. Steph's an artist, by the way, guys, and she's going to be, I'm going to be sharing with you different ways to find out more about her art in the future, okay? I love the fact that you ended on Cenk and you ended on the Standing Rock. Everything you said, I mean, I'm feeling you, right? But I said that, and I think people think I'm just hating on the guy. You know, it was very clear cut, okay? If you are now, some people are conservative, I get that. But if you call yourself a progressive, and we are the aggressive progressives, we are the aggressive, we're the Justice Democrats, or whatever. Dude, this is a clear case of poor people trying to fight the government for something that rightfully belongs to them for the safety of their families. And you side with corporations? Really? That's what we do. This dude is he's on video saying, well, I understand TPP, I understand that the corporations for the oil and blah, blah, blah. He was totally throwing the Dakota Access Pipeline, indigenous people, Society Tribe, the Sioux people, all under the bus. And then a week later, he had on his website a No DAPL shirt for sale. But I got people, because I said social justice warriors are going too far, make videos about me, dissing me. This guy profits from No DAPL after saying he was supporting the oil rigging. Well, sometimes you got to drill. That's what he was saying. And people, and I was like, it took a lot for me not to stay on that issue and make video after video after video, but I knew it would come across as I'm just bitter. You know, it would come across like I'm just angry, you know, so I let it go. But now you know. So, but say, hey, maybe he changed his position. Maybe his position changed. Hey, maybe he had a come into Christ moment. He realized that, these people who have been trampled on historically in this country, maybe they need a break. Maybe he realized that at some point. But anyway, next. You got me started there, Steph. I was doing well. I wasn't jumping on nobody and calling nobody out or nothing. Whole show. All right, 661. 661, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Tim. It's Trudy from California.
Trudy in the house. What's up, Trudy?
Well, First off, I just had a epiphany, and it's something that's so totally obvious. But I never hear anybody talk about judges, how the systemic racism and police brutality that we're all suffering under is due to judges that always favor the police and give juries instructions that favor the police and exclude evidence that would have gone against the police. Judges, sheriffs, that's got to be a real major focus for us. If we want this crap to stop or to slow down or whatever, to get a handle on it, we got to get to know the judges that we elect. And about that women's march, I'm sorry, I can't help it. That calling it a women's march just irritates the out of me. You know, I asked them, you know, if your focus is on issues of poverty and, you know, wages and the environment and things that pertain to all of us, why are you calling it a women's march? Isn't that kind of exclusive? I mean, what? And they said, oh, you're no feminist? Well, no, I'm not a feminist. I believe in equality for everybody, but I'm not a feminist. I'm not out there burning my bra or anything. Anyway, I wanted to keep it short tonight, Tim, so I'll leave it there. I love you, man, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Trudy. Trudy, no, don't burn it. Keep it. I love you, Trudy. Thank you so much. I get the, you know, being a black guy, I can't say there's something wrong with having a women's march. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a million black guy march or whatever, you know, but I don't know. I didn't know women were dealing with the stuff that I don't know. Like, so people got to educate me to what's happening, you know, along those lines. I think people, they want, you know, you know, America does have a history of doing things to women, but there's other, like women need to march about abuse and rape. And I know people gonna say stuff about rape. Nah, forget that, dude. Like, I looked up some statistics one time, not too long ago, right? Women, the biggest threat, if you're a woman, to your life, is men. I don't know how you march against that, but that's a big deal, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if, you know, diseases, conditions, situations, car accidents, all that's horrible, right? But the number one killer of women is men. It's like, this is crazy. So I don't know how you march against that, though, you know, but my thing is, don't be manipulated. Like, I think a lot of good people were being lumped in and taken advantage of, but there were good people. There are some people who support this show who went to the Women's March because they wanted to be there. They wanted to see what was going on. They wanted to be a part of something that was monumental to them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say that those are bad people because I don't think they're bad people. It's just the people who use it. So I think, Trudy, you're reacting to the people who manipulate something and try to use it as a political point to make a point on CNN or MSNBC or whatever channel. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. But there are so many people there, I don't want to put them all in that bucket. But I feel you. I do. Now, just real quick, Stephanie said something about the good thing about independent media. You know it's a good media when it corrects its wrongs, when they make a mistake. And my friend, I think his name is Fred. I think Fred hit me up. On my Standing Rock video that I put out, I said that 7,000 people have been arrested to date. And that number should have been 700, right? So, like, I realized that, but, like, the annotations, the stuff with YouTube that don't work like it used to, it doesn't work like it used to. But, like, that's the number it was at the time. But now that there has been the breakdown, that was before they went in and arrested more people. So, at that time, a few days ago, the number was around 700. Now it's probably more like 800. Okay, so, but I just wanted to put that out there. You know who you are, my friend, because you caught that, I caught that, we caught that, and I'm just putting that out there. Next call. 828, you're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. Hey, what's up, guy? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? You're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. Who's this?
Audrey? Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, good. Sorry, I was just in the middle of something. But I just want to thank you for your show. It's really great.
Thank you, Audrey. I appreciate you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's I appreciate it. What's
All
on
right,
your?
thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll leave you to the next caller.
Oh well, thank you. I'm sorry, lady. You know, we just don't have a way to. I don't have a way to know who's just listening, who wants to come on. But thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you. 304 in the house. You're live with Tim Black on Freedom Friday. How you doing?
Hey, am I on?
Yes, you are. Who's this?
This is Stephanie in West Virginia.
Stephanie from West Virginia. I got another Stephanie. This is great. That's what I'm talking about. All Stephanies call Freedom Friday. What's up, Steph?
Well, you remember when Bernie was first running, and excuse me, I got a cold. I'm going to try to power through this. But when he was first running, people ignored him, and then they wanted to make fun of him, right?
Yep.
Well, I think that's what they're doing with you right now. While you're getting these callers and people writing in, they see you as a threat now. So they're going to come and they're going to attack. So I see that as a now we're in the next stage. Now we're in the threat stage. But I can't do this. I got a cold, but thanks anyway.
Sorry. Hey, Steph, thank you, though, for your phone call, though. And I appreciate that perspective. That's something I got to keep in mind. You know what? I never look at myself as being, I'm just me. I don't think about, I have no airs at all, none. Zero, So every once in a while, somebody reminds me, like, Tim, you're doing some good stuff, man. You're getting big stuff. You're getting a bigger name and stuff like this. I don't think about that. I'm too busy working. I'm too busy working. I'm always trying to push myself, trying to upgrade something and trying to make something better, trying to, to put out more content. Like, I don't even think about the growth, But thank you. I think this is Tyler, but let me make sure because it has a 11111. Hey, caller, did you get a chance to speak yet?
No.
Okay.
This is Bond.
I'm sorry, who's
Hello?
this? Yes, who's this?
This is Bond.
Oh, Bond, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Hey, how's it going, Tim?
Hey, Bond's in the house, man. Hey, Bond.
You know what? You don't get it.
Your number,
Sorry, go ahead.
Your number came up with 111s, and somebody else called with the same 111. I didn't know if that was that a new person or the same person. So what's going on, Bond?
I think it's when people use Skype, it shows up as 11111.
That's what it is. Talk to me, man. You making videos and all that stuff now. What's on your mind, brother?
You know what? You give a lot of shout-outs to people, like you did Jordan Sheridan at the beginning. People need to shout you out a lot more in their videos. You don't get appreciated enough. I know how hard it is. Just making videos, I don't even do any edits, and you're doing all these types of edits. So you really are working hard. If people don't know that, I'm just telling you. I'm telling them that, the work you're putting in, it's time-consuming. And I ordered your coffee, your Tim Black Signature Blend. I did a review. It's good.
Thanks, bro.
I would have given it a 5. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's just because my favorite coffee is Kona coffee. It's just my personal flavor. But when I put sugar and milk like I do with my normal coffee, man, I was not expecting it to be that good. Wow. So people out there, if you really want good coffee, Tim's got really good coffee with his signature blend. Kind of going on with the Justice Democrats and Jank and Kyle. You know what? I did a video. Who did they ever interview? Who do you know is their DNC person that they want, DNC chair? No one knows because they didn't ever interview anyone. You would think that would be an important thing for them to do with the Justice Democrats movement. But, who interviewed Sam Ronan? You, Lee Camp, Jimmy Dore, Jordan Sheridan just did. But, Jank and Kyle, nope. No one knows. If they're leading this movement, who's their DNC chair pick? No one knows. So it's just dumb, in my opinion. Wow. Anyways, The last thing I want to say is I think there's a solution to how to get Democrats and Republicans out of power. And that's to unite the third parties. We need to start something like third-party primaries. So what we do is exactly like what the Democrats and Republicans do with their primaries, except the third parties are just teamed together. So if we have Libertarian, Green Party, Independent, and they're running for a certain district or state, everyone votes for their primary, and whoever wins, you might accept platforms from the third party if the Libertarian gets the most votes, and then when general election comes, everyone votes for the Libertarian. Or if another district, another state, if a Green Party representative, won that third party primary, everyone that voted in those third party primaries team up and they vote for that Green Party candidate. And anyways, that's my spiel. I don't want to go over too much because I could do this in my videos, but keep going strong, Tim. I really support you.
Yes, you do, brother. You support me a hell of a lot. Thank you, Bon, for all you do, man. I appreciate you, man. And wow, and thank you for bringing up the issue. Well, first of all, thank you for shouting out the coffee. Let's keep it real, man. I live on this stuff. All right. So thank you for respect on that. As far as people shouting me out, Bon, man, I don't even think about it. I don't have time to watch much content that's not like fact-finding content. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a one-man show, essentially. So since that's the case, I don't have time to, like, spend a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, like, watching other people. I just assume that other people shout me out. I guess they don't. You're a better judge on that. Lee brought me on, so that's a shout out in the hell. And he brought me on a couple panels in Philly, so yeah, that's a shout out. Lee and I tend to talk behind the scenes about bringing people on the shows. So like he brought on Nick Bronner. Then he let me know about Nick, so I brought Nick on. I brought on Sam Ronan. I let him know about Sam. He brought on Sam. I had on Chase Iron Eyes. I told him about it. He brought on Chase Iron Eyes. We kind of coordinate that way. We try to uplift people. So that's the relationship I have with Lee. I don't know about anybody else. The whole thing about Justice Democrats and what they're doing, why they haven't picked someone, I got a feeling it's because of politics, bruh. Yeah, I won't hold back. I think it's because of politics. They don't want to pick the wrong guy. There you go, thinking again. There you go, planning again. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because how can this be such a major, major, major issue and you not discuss it on the show? Come on, guys. We got to be smarter than that. We got to be able to think past that. No pompous arrogance. Well, folks, I think that, daggone it, F-bomb, 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 or what the hell, F-bomb, 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 whatever, dude. All right, the reason why you're not talking about the DNC chair is because you don't want to be on the wrong side of whoever wins. Right? So that's the type of pragmatism I can't stand. All this predictions and all this nonsense don't have anything to do with ethics and what we stand for. Stand for something. And I think this and I think that and Jank, can I lap dance with you and whatever. All right? So that's what I think about that. And if y'all don't know who I was mimicking, then I can't help you because I don't want to name names. So here, guys, here's the deal. Nothing's going to win for the Democrats until they recognize the power is in the people. And those people that have the energy are the progressive wing of the party. Now, progressive people like me who are no longer in their party, hey, I don't got to come back. I'm good over here, right? But just recognize there's a whole sea of people that are eligible because we're going to vote for the best person. The best person. And that's going to be the person, regardless of the name tag, who best embodies our beliefs and what we stand for. Or, you know what we won't do? We won't cave in, and you know what? We won't say, okay, the lesser of two evils, the lesser of three evils. None of that's going to apply if you want our support, our money, our vote, or our attention. So I don't know what's up with these people, man. I think every day they wake up and they go, "You gonna eat your cornbread?" They don't believe that we're gonna eat our cornbread. They think, well, they get tired of Trump. Let's scare them some more with Trump. Let's scare them some more with Russia. Let's have them quaking in their boots. And they'll come on outside. We don't have to change anything. We don't have to actually do anything. We can pretend to resist, and we can pretend to have a movement. We'll just buy it all out. Buy it out. If people don't think that there's a money play involved in some of these things that people are putting together, you are tripping. Now, I know some of you were born that night, but I hope all of you weren't born last night.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
See, I'm under the belief that no one takes my cornbread. If I give you cornbread, it's because I choose to. And I'm not giving it to greedy corporatist clowns. Parasites, puppeteers or puppets, sock puppets, fake candidates, right? Who are not, I don't know what you call these people, man. The walking dead. These people don't deserve our votes. They got a one-track mind. That's to do whatever they're programmed to do. And you know what?
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
When they come to the door, when the election times get nearer and they come with hat in hand, looking for support, wonder if they can eat our cornbread. We just have to have long enough memories to remember all that has gone before us and what we stand to lose by continuing to empower these people. Listen, man, if you're in a relationship that's abusive, you have to get out. You have to. The Democrats are an abusive partner. You're offering them the opportunity. Some of you are much nicer than me. Some of you are like, you know what? If you go get treatment and you promise you ain't going to do it no more, I'll take you back. Now, okay, I kind of disagree with that. I like new things. Like I told Lee Camp, I like new stuff. But if you're going to say that, stick to it. And don't let anyone sway you from that because you're the one being abused. And if you keep empowering the wrong people, you will never get what you want. And they have no incentive to change. You got to put them out. You got to make them go through the programs. You got to make them take the 12 steps or whatever is needed to get their brain wired correctly, and then you can welcome them back into your life. But if you do it before then, well, you know what?
It's going to be consequences and repercussions.
Damn it, it's going to be consequences and repercussions. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into this show. Thank you for being part of this. Join Tim Black's Wolfpack by going to Patreon. Tim's Take. Also hit me up here. Subscribe here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook as Real Tim Black. I keep it realer than real, realer than most. I will never cave in. I will never bend. I don't do that. That's not what I do. I'd rather be less popular if it means I'm being more sincere. You understand what I'm saying? That's a choice. That's an editorial decision I've made with this channel. Because I believe in it. And I believe in you. And I believe in us. And I believe no revolution is done overnight. And nothing worth having comes easy. Except the clap. I don't know where that came from. I just do this, man. Ain't no teleprompters in here. I love you guys. Shout out to Bon Kim for the new PC. And I know you say don't say that. I'm going to say it anyway. It's a hell of a thing to do, man. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to my man, Iron Man Oz, for helping me get the PC rigged up to work correctly. And shout out to my man, Momo Pineno, for making graphics. He didn't make this one. I made this one. It's sexy. But he made most of the other ones. So shout out to Momo Pineno and go find him and get him to do some graphics for you so you can sustain your movement and keep your thing going. Shout out to my moderators, Broken Carpenter, Iron Man Oz, and shout out to the whole Wolf Pack. All of you, man. I got great people. Had some people who started donating, and I'm like, wow, man. You keep me going. I don't just say that to say that, right? I don't just say that your support means a lot just to say it. I say it because it's the truth, right? If you don't watch these videos, if you don't give to this channel, there won't be a channel. I live in the real world. In order for me to do this, I have to do. Think of this electric bill. So I want you to know that you really are needed and you really are appreciated. And I don't know a better way to put that except to put it there. You are the bomb. So thank you so much for all you do. For real. Facebook, thank you for all the shares. This week we got so many shares on Facebook. You guys love that fire, man. You love that fire. I saw a couple people saying, Tim Black, please breathe. Breathe, Tim. Breathe. I don't want to see you have a nervous breakdown live on the air. I'm full of fire, baby. I believe in what I say. You understand what I'm saying? I believe we can do better. I believe in us. I believe this world will only be made better by people with passion and fire who won't take no for an answer. That's what I believe. I think you believe it too. I think you really know that we ain't going to get nowhere but people going, well, would it be okay if we were a little more progressive? Would it be okay? Could we just, around the edges, could we be a little bit more progressive? Please. I think you know that's not going to work. The only way it works is when we kick in the door. I ain't taking it no more. You know, wave the 4-4. You know? That's how you get stuff done. And I don't mean we really got to kick in the door with a 4-4, okay? I don't mean that. But I mean, figuratively, we have to kick in that door, man, because they don't want to give it to you. Jack Nicholson said in The Departed something I can't say verbatim because it was racist as hell, but he was right in his sentiment. There's only one thing I got against the Democrats. They want to give it to them. Nobody gives it to you. You got to take it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't hold it against me. I'm a movie buff and I love movies. Give me all you got. Give me all you got. Heat, Al Pacino. You know it. I'll see you the next time on the next show. And
so say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
Tim Black.
Yeah.
Tim Black.
Give me all you got.
Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black.
You see this? It's a new show.
I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Doggone thing. I hate when it freezes on Facebook like that. I'm a man with this. Well, what did Liam Neeson say? I got all thrown off there. Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. I hate when Facebook stops when I bang on something. And you know it stops a lot because I bang on stuff a lot. You know, but thank you guys so much for being here. I'll catch you on the next one. Look for more content over the weekend. I will be kicking out more videos. There is more to be done. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, YouTube, Facebook. Much love. I'm a man with a peculiar set of skills. Skills I've learned over a long history of time. Justin Folk in the house. Talk to you.